Hey guys, it's Deb Joyce Meek from Delight of My Art, and today we're going to be making a really cute Valentine's treat that fits quite a lot of candy. And I liked the style of this treat box that I saw online, but I don't like untying the ribbon at the top, and so I thought, what would be a better way to have this open? Here's the box. Isn't it cute? So a lot of times you have the ribbon up here and you have to untie it, and then you're kind of destroying the creation. So I thought, what if we did a magnetic closure? So this one, you don't have to untie the ribbon or do anything, and it just clicks back together. Isn't that fun? So I thought that was lots better. I'm just gonna make sure we can see the video here. Just a moment. And we'll be making this in just a second. Well, that's not from today, that's from a different day. Just making sure I am live before I go do a whole video and I'm not even live. Wouldn't that be funny? Anyway, what I have in this little container, there I am. I am live, silly goose. Okay, so that's good. Hi Becky. Alright, so I'm going to turn the camera down. We're going to make this cute little treat box. I did mess it up twice yesterday trying to figure out how to put it together, so I think I have the measurements right, and I will be sharing that with you. So this is why you watch me, so I can do all the mistakes and you can just follow along. Alright, let's turn that down to the desk. Alright, get it nice and tight and we'll scoot closer. Alright, so what we've got here, it's tipping a little bit. Here we go. Alright, so we've got this cute little treat box, and I'm using the Hearts and Kisses stamp set on this particular one. But we've got the hearts there, or the lips rather, and then some hearts and the kisses and hugs. And it just snaps open like this, and I put a little notch in each of these, and we've got quite a bit of candy in here. So what we've got in here are 2 peanut butter Reese hearts and 3 of the Conversation kisses. So these are fun. Love and kisses, hug me, and I love you. They all have different sayings. I just thought that was so fun. So I'll go ahead and put those back in there. And they fit just right. Flap our 2 flaps down, and then it just snaps closed. So we've decorated all the sides here, and we're going to go ahead and make another one. I'm using the celebration paper here, and I thought I was going to just recreate this exact one, but there's so many fun patterns in there. We're going to make a different one, and let's see which one we like better. So nothing like winging it at the last minute. So let's see, I'll put that to the side for now. And what I thought we would do, since this paper, there it is, this is the celebration paper, and there's so many fun patterns in here. This is the Flower and Field Designer Series paper, and there's lots of colors in here. So at first I was thinking I would just do that same Poppy Parade color with this one to bring in this red, but there's not very much red in it like there is in this one to tie it into each panel. Once you cut these into little strips, you might not get red on every strip. So I thought, okay, well, let's do this one. This one's got lots of red. It's got Flirty Flamingo, Cherry Cobbler, and Poppy Parade in this red here, and some white. So let's go ahead and do this one. I'm going to put that aside, and we're going to do a Cherry Cobbler base. So it's pretty simple. You'd think it was a little bit more complicated because I messed up so many times yesterday, but it is pretty simple. Okay, so I have half a sheet of cardstock. So I've got 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to take it on the long side and put it in my score tool here. I'm going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. So every 2 inches along the long side. That's pretty easy. Yep. 2, score. Should have got my scoreboard out, but I didn't. That's okay, because everybody should have a trimmer with a score blade on it. We got 6 and 8. So you should be left with this little 1/2 inch tag on this side. So we're going to turn that so it's down. And then we're going to go in on this side at 2 inches. This is the bottom of the box. Since each of our panels here are 2 inches, we need this side to be 2 inches. So we just score that at 2 inches. Now this measurement right here is how tall you want your box. So you can change this measurement to a small degree. You can go shorter or taller if you hadn't cut it off at this 5.5 inch mark. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is 1 1/4 inch tall at this point right here. So we're gonna take this score line that we just did and put that at 1 1/4, which puts the end here at 3 1/4. So if you can see, we've got a skinny strip in the middle, a 2 inch strip on this side, and a little bit longer on this side. And this is important. You want to keep track of where your longer one is, and this is what I kept messing up. I kept punching these little cutouts on the wrong side, and there wasn't enough room to stick it in the trimmer or the punch. So let's put the trimmer out of the way. We've got our paper here. I'm going to take out my snips. And you see the short tab on this side, we're just going to snip off the corner pieces and notch this little tab right here. So I'm just going to cut out this piece and this piece. And then you just trim up to the middle here from all the ends. So, and stop here at this score line. And you'll do this on all of the other score marks. And again on this side. All right, my fingers are stuck in my scissors. Okay, so now we've got this. Here's the long side and here's the short side. Now on panel next to the flap, you're going to punch this one and this one, the long pieces, not the short ends. So we're going to take this tag topper punch. Any tag topper punch should work nicely, but I'm going to take this out and we're going to fold in the 2 panels that we don't want to punch. This will make it easier to push it into the punch. So again, if it's 2 inches or shorter, it won't fit in here. You won't get it all the way to the end. So that's why we want to use the long side. I'm going to push it all the way in, and then I'm going to turn it over to make sure that it's lined up straight. So it's all the way to the end of the punch, and I will punch that. And that looks good. And then we'll do the same on this one. Again, you have to kind of lift it up to get it over the edges here. Push it all the way in, turn it over. It is all the way in, looks straight to me. All right, so that looks good. And we will actually be needing 2 more little pieces. While we have this punch out, we're just going to do this real quick. Thought I had maybe a little piece of paper, but we're just going to cut another strip off of this one. So I'm going to cut another 2-inch strip because we have to do some doctoring to cover our magnets. So we're just going to do this now. I'm just going to punch the end of this. Again, checking to make sure it's all the way in. And we'll just do the other side. I can save that middle piece there if I trim it just right. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is when we put our box together, we will be recovering the flaps to cover our magnet up so that it's not showing. So I'm just making extra little end pieces to do that cover up. Now let's bring the trimmer back in. I actually have to do some scoring. So on these two pieces here, go ahead and put this back in. At the 1 1/4 inch mark is where you want to line this edge up that's folded in. Like that. And then you want to score, not cut, score right there so that this has a place to bend backwards on. So now this panel and this panel are the same width. All right, now these are a bit too long because our box is 2 inches wide. They are longer than that. We don't need them to be that long. So I put the trimmer away too fast. So we're gonna fold in the pieces that we used the punch on and put these back in the trimmer with this edge at 2 inches, which is right there. And we're just gonna cut that off. All right, so here's the makings of our box. We've got a little tab on this side, we've got the tag topper punch on the first and the third panel, and then the other 2 panels we trimmed down to 2 inches. Now we are ready to decorate the bottom panels here. And I have this pretty strip. This is 1 7/8 inch wide, and I'll be cutting at 1 1/8 just to barely cover this little panel here. So we've got 1 1/8. By 1 7/8. Okay, we got 4 of those. All right, so let's just glue those down to these panels here. I'm gonna bring out my liquid glue. Nice and easy. Again, the kids will be coming off the bus in about 15 minutes, so I think I can get this done before then. Today was picture day. They usually have it in the fall, pretty early into the school year, but with COVID, it's a lot later. The boys' hair was super long, so I gave them a cut last night because I knew where my trimmers were, even though we're remodeling my room. They're just kind of stuck in the living room, but I didn't realize that some of the pieces were missing. I have no idea where those are. So when I was cutting their hair, I didn't have the pieces, the lengths of the guards that I needed, and so I tried to even it out with some scissors, and this morning I could tell I missed a whole bunch of spots. So I was hacking away at their hair 10 minutes before the bus came today. A little flustered this morning, so I hope that their pictures turned out okay. And if not, it's totally appropriate for the year, right? So I'm going to take this Forever, I think this is Forever Lovely. It's either Forever Fancy or Forever Lovely. This tag that has the dot and the little line here, you could use a circle punch. We don't have little circle punches in the catalog anymore, so if you don't happen to have those and you have this one, this will make a good little tag piece. What we're doing is we're notching right here. I realized when I was putting this together, if this was not notched out, I wasn't able to open this piece. It would just push all the way in and I couldn't grab it. So it does need a notch on both sides. just to be nice and even, because if you notched the inside piece and then closed it and this one was whole, what if your recipient, you know, switched these at some point and then they wouldn't be able to open it. So both of these panels should be notched. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick. In order to get it centered, what I did was I just eyeballed the center with my scissors and just gave it a little snip. And then when I put it in the punch, I should be able to, I don't know, this is a little bit darker paper, but I should be able to see that little snip to know that that's the center. So I'm going to line this up, and you see where it gets bigger. I'm going to put it right where it's lined up on the edge of that smaller bit. Hopefully that's centered. So we've got a little notch right here, and we'll do the same thing on this one. Again, you can just use a smaller circle punch. I have the 1 inch and the 3/4 inch. Either one of those would work. I was just trying to find something that was officially current in the catalog, and this is a fun, different way to use this punch, so more versatility. We like that. Put that aside. Okay, so now we're ready to put the box together, I think. So go ahead and flip it over, and you're going to take this little piece here and put some glue on this tab, and then we'll just press it closed like this. So hello to everybody watching on the replay and on YouTube. If you wouldn't mind hitting subscribe so you don't miss anything, we'll be having a chicken video coming up soon where you'll meet my chickens, and we'll do a fun chicken project with the new chicken stamps. Oops, I think the glue seeped out and it's glued a little bit. I'm just going to hold it here for a second. All right, maybe I should have used the Stampin' Seal Plus on this tab here, and then I wouldn't have to hold it. I think that's what I did before. I think I used too much glue on there. The pressures of live stamping. Okay, so we've got our box here, and we just glued it here on this tab, right? So that means that this is the back, and this is the front. So we're gonna flip it up. Now our front's on this side. We're gonna put this back piece down first. Should we put, yeah, let's just use this. All right, this is our Stampin' Seal Plus. So this panel in first. It doesn't matter which side you do. Do a side panel. Push in from the inside. Get that stuck down there. Let's go ahead and put some more on there. Well, now I've done it. It's going to be difficult to do with this in the air. I'll just put my fingers in. And that one. And then this last one. Let's just go ahead and give this a press before we add the last one down. Again, this is the front side, so we'll be putting this right there. I can lay it down now. And pressing from the inside. Okay, and so here's our front with the nice edge, and we can add our candies in. 2 Reese hearts, 3 conversation kisses, makes it a fun, colorful reveal in there, and then we'll be making our closure. So we'll have glue dots and little magnets. Now these I got from Total Element. I found it on Amazon. I think these are a 1/4 inch wide. I actually think these are a little bit too small. I would recommend 3/8 of an inch in diameter instead of these 1/4 inch ones. I think they're just a little bit too small. I thought that I was ordering the same ones I had gotten before, but these are just a smidge smaller. They're really strong though. I forget the name of them, neodymium or something. They're really strong magnets. Anyway, so I have both of them here. It doesn't really matter, but you put it on a glue dot, and then we'll just kind of take it off and find a place. Ooh, it's stuck into my scissors. Forgot my scissors are magnetic or metal. Okay, so we're just gonna stick it right here and give it a good press and take that extra magnet off and set it aside for a second. Now we get to take our little piece here and cut off right here. We had it at measured, so that was at, oops, just before 1 1/4, I think. If this is too long, we'll just trim it off. It might be too long. It is. Okay, so let's just give it a trim with the scissors. No big deal. This is the inside. People won't see it. Okay, so we've got that piece right there. How long is that? 1 inch. So let's do the other one at 1 inch. So that should work on both of those sides. All right, so we've got our little pieces here. And we've got one magnet on. Now I'm going to take this piece to cover up the magnet, and we're just going to cover it with liquid glue. And this is just going to take a minute to hold it on, but I think this is the best way. So it'd be hard to get this really covered with the Stampin' Seal Plus, which is the other one I might use. But with this hole here and everything, that's going to be difficult. So I'm just going to place this right over the top of that. It's nice that there's a pattern here to line up. And I'm going to pinch around the hole, pinch around the edges, and pinch underneath the magnet. You don't want to put the magnet too low near where that fold line is, because you won't be able to glue the paper to cover it up underneath and above it. So right in between the hole and the score line is a good spot for that. All right, that looks good. Now we're going to take the other magnet and stick it right on this one, like that. And then we're going to stick a glue dot on this side of it. And carefully close this so it's lined up really nice. This hole helps a lot. And this pattern here, so give it a good press once it's lined up. And then it's perfect placement. So let's go ahead and cover this one up. And that's how easy it is to get a magnetic closure for your little box. Now all we have to do is decorate the top part. Again, pinch it really good around all of these little seams, all the little edges, underneath the magnet, by the hole. And there we go. So we got our magnetic closure. All right, so where's our front? I think it's this side. This side is our front, so this is the side we'll be decorating. I know it's the front because the seam here is in the back, and we closed it right here. I love that. Okay, so here's the box we had earlier, and here's the box we are making. So we are doing lips to match this one. This is in Poppy Parade, and now we're going to do Cherry Cobbler. So I'll bring in my mat and my lips. This is again from the Hearts and Kisses stamp set. I love this Happy Galentine's Day, which was a little too big to fit on this box, but we'll have to play with that another time. So I got my Cherry Cobbler ink, and I'm worried that this might be a little dry, so we might be re-inking it. Let's test it on my paper here. Actually, being dry with these type of detailed stamps is a lot of times gonna be preferred, but we don't want it too dry because then it's not dark enough. It doesn't look like we're getting all of the detail that I wanted. Well, it's okay. Let's add just a little bit. I'm just gonna add my re-inker here. And I've got my plastic spoon. And I'm just gonna press that into the pad. And this is another trick. If you have an ink pad that is too juicy, you can take another spoon here and you're not really wasting much ink, just the tiniest bit that gets stuck on the other end of the spoon, and you want to press it into the pad. Because our ink is stored upside down, it will be coming back to the surface when you store it and close it. So that's handy. Okay, so I think I've got it just a little bit juicier. I'm just gonna wipe this off with a tissue, and I can reuse this on any other color. Sometimes I'll use a baby wipe. This does tend to stain it, doesn't it? Okay, let's try it now. That's better. All right, let's put my white piece of paper here. I'm gonna stamp towards the bottom. If you look at my punch, the lips are at the top, and this is where I'd stick my paper in. So, and I actually do want a little white heart. So I might stick it up a little bit further from the edge than I normally would so that I can get a white heart to decorate too. But normally I'd put this right on the edge. Ooh, that's beautiful. Aren't those fun? Okay, let's get the punch out. And I hope this doesn't go flying into my open ink pad that's just sitting there so carelessly. Whee! Okay, so we've got our lips and our little white heart. And now, taking my paper back, I have much bigger scrap paper than I need to. That's okay. Now we're gonna take our Kisses and Hugs stamp and stamp with Memento Black. This is the black that I normally use. And we're just gonna stamp here and fussy cut this out. I did have one pre-cut. Oh, there it is. So for the sake of time, ta-da! I fussy cut that out. We're running short on time, so I'm just gonna take a shortcut here. Okay, so we've got the lips, and I'm gonna put a dimensional on the back of that. I've got my mini dimensionals and my regular size dimensionals. I'll put a regular one on the lips. Put that off to the side at a tilt. A sexy tilt there, yeah. And on the back of this X, the second X, I'm gonna put a mini glue dot and a dab of glue on the first X because it's gonna sit right on top of the lips. Just a dab, just a hair. Take the backing off of this one. See, hopefully it's straight. Oh, there's the bus. That wasn't quick enough. Okay, let's do a couple little hearts and tie this little bow on here. So we've got this nice polka dot tulle ribbon. I love this ribbon, it's really pretty. I think it goes perfectly with this project. So we're gonna open this and just tie it on the back one. Oh, here they come. Okay, we've got a little tie here. Boop. Ah, cute. All right, so we just need to add some hearts to this one and we can call it good. So I've got a scrap of Flirty Flamingo and here's a scrap of the Poppy Parade. So let's just pop those on with this white heart, and I think that will be good. Sorry, the noise is about to begin. We've got some kids coming in. Hopefully the picture day went well. All right, so we've got, well, I'll just punch out an extra lips on this one too, since if you don't want to waste paper, I would suggest cutting a 1-inch strip so you can just stick it in the side and get this heart, but you can always save the extra lips that you get punched out too. Oh, I think this will do well. Okay, so let's put this red one here, and we can maybe go like this. That looks good, right? Or should we switch these? I kind of like that. And then there's kind of like a gradient here. Okay, so let's put this one. I'm going to put glue just on this side of this heart because I don't want glue to go through this hole. So it's just on the left side there, and it's going to cover this side. Oh, so we're just going to put that there and tuck this one in the back. A little bit of glue there. Tuck it behind this XOXO. And we just need to pop this one on a dimensional, and then we are done. So then you'll have to let me know which one you think looks nicer. Oops. I'm going to center that a little bit better so it doesn't show.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got this right. Shh. Isn't that cute? So we've got 2 different boxes here. Let's scoot everything out of.
Yes, but I just don't want it to kiss me.
Oh, okay.
That one looks like a green apple. That one looks like a cherry.
Oh. I've got some input from the troops. All right, let's get all this mess out of the way and take a better look at these. Which one do you like better, Callie?
That one.
That one? You like that one?
I like that one because it has my favorite color on it.
It has green in it.
Without the lips, I'd like it better.
Okay. Well, aren't those cute?
They're magnets!
They're magnets. Isn't that fun? Well, thank you for watching and have a great day.
Bye-bye.